The Day Oz Got One Punched by Riemsianne or Miura Han, or I think it's both. I'm not so sure, but oh boy, do I have a doozy for you. So I read this before. It's strange, but I'll read this to you right now. So let's get this started right away. The Day Oz Got One Punched. Now, for you anime fans out there, the title alone will you'll get an idea. Had to clear my throat there, sorry. It was a beautiful afternoon in the whimsical land of Oz. Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, was taking a beautiful power stroll along the yellow brick road when suddenly, someone help me! A random howl out of nowhere has shaken the land. Out of nowhere, as she was taking a power stroll, Glinda was startled. She sees a dark feathered duck in peril, running for dear life. I'll tell you this right now, it's Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck, for some reason, is in this fanfiction. Out of nowhere, with no explanation whatsoever. So he probably dimension hopped. He hopped dimensions to the whimsical, wonderful land of the Wizard of Oz for no reason whatsoever. Or maybe we'll get a reason later on as we read this. We'll see. Let's continue. A random howl out of nowhere has shaken the land. Glinda was startled. She sees a dark feathered duck in peril, running for dear life. Glinda is confused, yet astounded at the same time. Ah! Oof! The duck trips near Glinda, falling face first near her. It was no surprise that this was Daffy Duck himself. It is a surprise for the magical witch, though. Well, of course it is. Excuse me, Glinda says in astoundment and surprise. You seemed quite hurried. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Well, of course not. She is, oh my goodness. Well, of course not. He's a duck. Maybe he is a witch. I don't know. In this fanfiction, anything can happen at this point, so... Daffy stands up from his recent trip. His beak was dislocated to the back of his head from fall. Right. Glinda sees this and is surprisingly not fazed by it. Daffy repositions his beak and realizes that Glinda asked him a very appropriate question. Yes, this fanfiction uses such illustrious words such as opprobrious. Opprobrious. How sophisticated. That was way more funnier than it should have been. Oh my goodness. Wait, I'm sorry, Daffy said in confusion. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? I'm only asking, said Glinda in a polite and happy manner, as Glinda usually is. Wait, what? Of course I'm not a witch. I'm just running for dear life. Glinda seemed interested in what is chasing this mysterious duck, Glinda asks. Oh, what seems to be chasing you, dear? Maybe I can help. She smiles ever so warmly as she awaits for Daffy's reply. Daffy suddenly realizes something. He didn't believe it at first, but when he thought further, he could not believe it. He was in the magical land of Oz, but how did he get there in the first place, and why is he there? I hope there's going to be an explanation, or at least a hint at an explanation. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. He was in the magical land of Oz, and he was talking to none other than the legendary Glinda the Good Witch herself. But he had no time to fanboy over that fact, as he needed to reply to her question. I'm being chased by... Glinda moves her head closer so she can hear more clearly. A dark and evil wizard. Glinda... I apologize for my Daffy Duck voice. It's very bad. It's very bad. But I don't care. I'm already losing brain cells from reading this fan fiction. I hope this isn't long. But we'll see. Glinda moves her head closer so she can hear more clearly. A dark and evil wizard. Glinda is shocked to hear that, but is eager to help Daffy out. A dark and evil wizard, Glinda says. How awful! Do you know what he looks like? Tell me everything. Daffy takes a deep breath and describes the potential evil threatening him. Okay, so, he's bald. He has an innocent face, but don't let that fool you. I'm spitting into the mic. I should not be doing that. Glinda listens and is engaged in Daffy's explanation. He was wearing nothing but a plain yellow jumpsuit, with a short zipper at the collar and a belt. He was also wearing a red ensemble of boots, gloves, and a white or red cape. He seems innocent at first, but when he gets serious and mad, look out. He will kill anything in an instant, effortlessly and blindly, with no emotion whatsoever. If for any of you who's listening to this, if you haven't gathered already, this is One Punch Man. But they're probably saying a little bit, but this is One Punch Man. Saitama himself. Oh dear, that sounds terrible, Glinda says in urgency. Do you know what his name is, stranger? Daffy gulps in nervousness and answers, His name is Saitama. Everyone who fears and knows him calls him by the alias One Punch Man. Oh my god. One Punch Man? Does he live in Oz? I don't know. All that I know is that everything he punches dies. Dies! I don't want to die in one punch! Daffy begins to cry and cringe in fear. To cry and cringe and fear. Okay. Glinda's worried and tries to calm him down. Oh dear, please calm down, stranger. Everything will be all right, Glinda says comfortingly. No, it won't. I'm gonna die. In one punch. No, you won't. Glinda suddenly got a great idea. An idea the mysterious evil wizard will not expect. You're not going to tell how Daffy got into Oz in the first place? I hope there's going to be an explanation. Probably not. I'm keeping my expectations on that question very, very low. Very, very low. We will see. Oh my god, this is so horrible. Why? Okay, this is Glinda's part. Why don't you come with me to Emerald City? You will be safe there and from the evil One Punch Man. How does that sound? Daffy thought about it and realized Saitama knew nothing about Oz at all. Wait. How did Saitama get into Oz in the first place? No explanation. None whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Saitama knew nothing about Oz at all. Or maybe he did. Maybe he created Oz in this fanfiction. Maybe he is Oz in this fanfiction. I don't know. I'm losing brain cells. And for some reason, I'm enjoying it. Saitama knew nothing about Oz at all. He will never expect to find him in Emerald City. Daffy sighs out of relief and agrees with Glinda. Actually, that sounds like a great idea. Let's go. Wonderful, Glinda says in utter joy. Let's hurry now. We will use my magic to... BOOM! That's a sound for an explosion. Daffy's eyes dilate. The next thing he sees is someone uppercutting Glinda. Right in the kisser. It was none other than Saitama, the One Punch Man himself. Saitama, with all of his might, launches Glinda to the moon so fast it was literally unseeable to the naked eye. Heavens above. Glinda is dead. She is dead. Okay, so Glinda's dead in this universe. What is Oz going to do? We will... I don't know. A little bit anticlimactic and climatic at the same time. Oh my goodness. Daffy's only solace for survival, or Glinda, Daffy's only solace for survival, was gone. Daffy cringes just by the thought of that fact. No! Daffy howls like Luke Skywalker in the end of The Empire Strikes Back for all of Oz to hear. Saitama says nothing. He is very angry and serious, as you can tell by his face, which is emotionless. Oh, maybe it's not emotionless. Maybe he is angry. But why? There's no reason. He makes no hesitation whatsoever. He dashes towards Daffy in an instant. Whoosh! Saitama prepares to deliver the most serious punch he has ever delivered. No! Daffy yells to the heavens, pleading to Saitama to spare him. Stop, please! My Daffy Duck voice is abysmal. Saitama punches Daffy. He punches so hard that Daffy went through the ground into the planet's core. This causes the core to explode upon impact and blowing up the planet altogether. Everyone dies except Saitama, of course. Who flew to space in the very nick of time. Suddenly... Oh. That was Daffy, by the way. Daffy woke up from yet another night terror about Saitama. Okay, so this was a dream sequence. I'm treating this as if... Because I read this already. But I don't know why I'm treating this as if I'm reading it for the first time. I'm still sinking into the fact. This is like my second or third time. It's my second time reading this. But this whole thing was a dream sequence. So, okay, so that makes sense, I suppose, since it is a dream, that it didn't happen in another universe entirely. Wait for this. You'll get a kick out of this one. Daffy woke up from yet another night terror about Saitama. He looks around in his average-sized room and sighs in relief, knowing that was only a dream. Good. He looks beneath his sheets, however, and notices that he not only peed, but crapped the bed simultaneously upon climax of the dream. So as soon as Daffy was punched to the planet Oz's core, or whatever name the planet is, Oz is a land, not the planet. Whatever the planet was called, he soiled himself on both ends. This would have been somewhat horrible for Daffy to deal with. However, Daffy shares a bed, watch this one, with a certain significant someone. Her name is Joy. For those of you who've seen Disney Pixar's Inside Out, yes, that Joy. An anthropomorphic cartoon duck and an emotion are in a modern relationship together. Somehow, some way. And Daffy somehow soiled himself in both ends near his partner. Her name is Joy. And she is a ray of sunshine, as she is an infinite source of positive energy, heavens above. The fact that an anthropomorphic cartoon duck and a humanized emotion straight from a 15-year-old Riley Anderson's head is a weird concoction of a bond. Okay, well, at least Zekrus-chan, Miura, or either of the two, at least this fan fiction shows somewhat of awareness. So that, I'll give it that. Daffy notices that Joy is sleeping next to his excrement in sudden terror. Joy begins to wake up very blissfully, and notices her cellmate standing suddenly. Good morning, sweetheart, Joy says calmly, as if she didn't hear Daffy's blood-curdling screams. Maybe she was too happy to even notice. Joy looks down and notices the excrement touching the side of her body. Joy disregards that for some reason and immediately beams her eyes at her manly duck. Her manly duck. Daffy looks at her with passion and fire of the possibility that she won't be pissed off. Let's do something fun right now, okay? Joy says happily and joyfully. Wait. I know I read this before. But the fact that she completely disregards the fact that her boyfriend, who is an anthropomorphic cartoon duck, soiled himself with both ends, with his excrement on her, both types of excrements. She immediately wants to do something fun, as if she wasn't fazed by it at all, period. Maybe she was just too happy. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is almost over. Beautiful. Let's clean this all up. When we're done, I will give you the happiest ending you have ever had. Daffy is confused, as am I, relieved and turned on at the same time. Joy bites her lip and looks at the duck so lustfully. With the excrement still there. Like the urges of Aphrodite herself. Oh my goodness. In 30 minutes, they finish cleaning. Joy then gives Daffy his happy ending, in air quotes. Well, not in air quotes, they have sex. They both have sex for 2 hours and eat Lucky Charms afterwards. The end. Okay, let's review this. Okay, so to sum it all up, takes place in Oz. Daffy, with no explanation, well, we know it's a dream sequence, but regardless, Daffy with no explanation is in Oz. Running from Saitama, who is also from Oz. Somehow they gave him the ability to dimension hop, to hop dimensions. For reasons unknown. For some reason, Saitama wants to kill Daffy. And upon help from Glinda, which he meets from a random power stroll through the Yellow Brick Road, as in witches in that universe power stroll, I don't know. And then Glinda dies in the crossfire of Saitama's punch. She's now a part of the moon because after that punch, she was dead. She got killed. Somehow she didn't blow up. Maybe it's a magic, I don't know, but she died. She is no more in that particular universe, even though this is a dream sequence regardless. And then Saitama kills Daffy. We realize it's a dream sequence. He shits the bed. He pisses the bed. Joy from Disney Pixar's Inside Out is revealed to be Daffy's lover, his girlfriend, an emotion, a raw, humanized emotion, and they have sex after cleaning up Daffy's excrement. Joy was somehow turned on by the fact that Daffy shitted on her and pissed on her simultaneously. She was somehow happy, joyed, and lustful towards that action as she beams towards her manly duck. And then they have sex, and for a random twist to end this god-awful fanfiction, oh my goodness, they eat Lucky Charms afterwards for just as a random thing, you know? Lucky Charms! Instead of making a sandwich, we have Lucky Charms. The luck of the Irish! Luck of the Irish! This was terrible. I lost approximately 1,937 brain cells. That was a random number I came up with my head. I give this... I will say this. It was creative. The crossover was interesting, and I laughed a couple times, but this was bad. This was terrible. And the ending was just in poor taste, in my opinion. It was just cringe. It was utter cringe. This is a complete example of a cringe fic. I will give this a 3 out of 10. If I'm being honest, I've read worse fan fictions. There's My Immortal and Shrek 5 Go to the Devil. Oh, that was hilarious. I might reread that one. Well, that's it. If you're interested, follow me on SoundCloud. Follow Chan, the person who made this fan fiction, or me or Han or whatever. Follow Chan on YouTube. He has a YouTube account. I'll post a link to the Wattpad account, which he posted this fan fiction. The person who really wrote this is unknown, but it's between two people. But it doesn't matter. It was horrible either way. He has a YouTube. He also has an Instagram, and he has a Twitter. If you want to check out his Twitter, and of course, if you want to follow me on SoundCloud, I'll be posting stuff like this. Well, every now and then, as frequently as I possibly can. Stay active, stay consistent, and yeah. If you have any suggestions, don't be alarmed. Don't hesitate to send me a little PM if you want any, or post in the comment if you want to respond. If you want a request for me to read any other fan fiction that you want me to read. Yeah. This is Riemsianne signing out. I need some water. Oh my god.